So today we're going to be talking about what kind of things can I earn, degrees or certificates can I earn from West Hills College, COALINGA. And also we're going to touch upon the state documents, the Child Development Matrix, as well as the Child Development School-Age Child Matrix. Now first of all, you should have a handout, and it is this. It is the Early Childhood Education handout. It has a 1 on it. And in this packet, you're going to find just a layout of what we have in our college. Okay, West Hills College has actually 2 transfer degrees and then a series of certificates. So the transfer degrees, what this is all about is basically if you go through West Hills College, COALINGA, and you earn a transfer degree, you can go to any university in the state of California and enter as a junior. That's really a big deal. You have priority, and it is all the classes that you take for this degree seamlessly go into a university program. Now, having said that, just a quick little look-see through this packet, and I'm looking at number 1, of course. We have the Early Childhood Education Transfer Degree. This degree is for a person who wants to work with preschoolers, who wants to be a child psychologist, who wants to be a teacher in elementary school, junior high education, any of those areas. And there's just a slew of different areas you can go to through this transfer degree. Psychologist, social worker, even I've had students that want to be pediatricians and nurses come through our program and earn this degree. So this degree is actually 8 child development classes, and then of course general ed. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Then we have a second transfer degree that's not in the catalog yet, but it is called the Child and Adolescent Development Transfer Degree. This degree was created for that person that basically doesn't want to have so many child development classes, but you're still interested in having a foundation or a baseline in child development. So you have 4 child development classes. The rest is a liberal studies type track. So the Child and Adolescent Development degree was actually created for people that they know they want to be elementary teachers, junior high teachers, high school teachers, and they don't want as many child development classes. So that is an option. We also offer at our school, at our campus, a series of certificates. We have an associate teacher certificate. We have an assistant teacher certificate, a teacher certificate, and I'm actually just kind of scrolling through these papers on my own, and hopefully you are as well. We have a school-age child certificate and an administrative certificate. Now, what's nice about these certificates is that the state actually has its own document. All of these certificates, they come from our campus. So when you take these classes, you earn a West Hills College certificate of completion. Now what's neat about it is that the second document, which is right here, and we'll actually talk about this. This is the Child Development Permit Matrix. This is a state document. If you're going to work at any preschool, this is the way they're going to pay you. If you have I'm looking on the left-hand column here, if you have a site supervisor permit, you're going to earn a lot more money and you're going to have a lot more responsibilities. If you want to be an associate teacher, then you're going to take the classes outlined on this sheet. Now, the neat thing about the permit and the certificates that you can earn through the college is that we made them work together. Having said that, if you earn an associate certificate at the college, you're also going to qualify for the associate permit through the state. Keep in mind, there are 2 different documents. One is a state document, one is a college document. So let's just take a little look-see at this Child Development Permit Matrix. And I'm only going to look at the left 2 columns. Once we go past that, that's a whole nother discussion. But let's stick with the left two columns. We have an assistant permit, an associate, a teacher, a master teacher, site supervisor, program director. Each of these permits actually mean that you're going to take certain classes. The assistant, if you look what I have written here, it says any CD class will work. All right, so that's a given. But if you go to the next level, which is the associate teacher, it says 12 units ECE, including core classes. So the core classes, if you look at the bottom of your sheet there and you look at it, your core classes are 5, 10, 12A, and 12B. All right, so that's 12 units. Now I have listed under associate 12 units ECE, including core classes. I've listed 8 classes there, and there's a reason for that. Okay, within those 8 classes, you see the 4 core, 5, 10, 12A, 12B. And then there's the other 4 left, and I'm going to come back to those. So if you were a student coming in and you said, hey, Annalisa, what should I take? I would immediately tell you to take one of the 8. That's what I would tell you. The 8 classes listed here. So if we go down to teacher level, that's where we see some changes. It says 24 units of ECE, Early Childhood Ed / Child Development. Now 24 units, if you look at this right above, the 8 classes I've listed, that's the 24 units. Okay, so 2, 3, 5, 10, 12A, 12B, 16, and 18. All that equals 24 units. Now, why is that important? It's important because if you go back to document 1 and you look at our transfer degree, the transfer degree includes these 8 classes. So I recommend that students actually take the 8 classes, take them, get them done, get them over with, and that way your options are open. Now let me just give you a little insight here. The other transfer degree, which is Child and Adolescent Development, there's 4 classes within the 8 here. 5, 10, 2, and 12A. So if you're working on these 8, you're already going to have the 4 needed for the Child and Adolescent Transfer degree. So let's back up a little because I'm getting excited here. So what do we know so far? We know the college has 2 transfer degrees. We know the college has certificates that line up with the child development matrix here. So let's proceed down. We know that you can take any child development for assistant. For associate, you need the 4 core classes. For the next level, which is the teacher, you need 24 units, which it's the 8 classes listed there. And then if you go to master teacher, something happens. And what happens is we have your 24 units, which is listed here, 2, 3, 5, 10, 12A, 12B, 16, and 18. But then we also have your specialization units, 6 units of specialization units, which includes 17A, 17B, 17C, and 4. Now 17A, B, and C are 1 unit apiece, clumped together, they're 3 units. And it's child sexuality, child abuse, single parenting, and then 4, which is the parenting class. So that all combined together is 6 units. And then it says 2 adult supervision units, and this is CD22, adult supervision. And site supervisor, we see something even a little bit different here. You're going to have those 8 classes, and then you have 6 administrative units, that's 14A and 14B. These classes aren't offered all the time, so when you see them, take them. You never know what's going to come your way, so it's best just to have them under your belt. And also we have the 2 unit supervision, adult supervision units, that's CD22, which is a fun class. Then program director is just like site supervisor as far as child development goes, but you have a lot more general ed to complete. Hopefully it makes a little bit of sense. If you are starting out and you say, well, I don't really know what I want to do, take the 8 classes. If you like child development, take the 8. If you want to be a nurse, take the 8. You want to be a pediatrician, take the 8. You have to get your degree in something. It might as well be child development, right? It's not just for teachers. Maybe you want to go to school and you want to become a chef, but you need to get a degree. So get a child development degree. Maybe you have children at home. Maybe you don't know what life's going to throw your way. So you can't go wrong with CD classes. Okay, so we've covered number 1, which is what the college offers. And we covered the child development matrix. And if I go back to number 1, and you see in here that there's different certificates that you can earn, is assistant associate teacher, and then we have what's called the school-age child certificate. And this is what I want to show you with sheet 3. This is also a state document, but it has an emphasis in school-age children. Now, what this is talking about is kids that are 5 to 14, generally speaking. It's in an elementary school setting, and so you will go to an elementary school and you will work with kids before school, maybe about an hour or so, and then after school care, anywhere from 3 to 6, however long the school is open and has after school care. Now, what's really neat is that the college, the child development department, we created a child development school-age child certificate that you can earn through the college. But also now, with this matrix, you see that it's actually a state document. Now, the classes that you want to take for this is CD 24, 25, 26A, 26B, 26C. And then you will read down the line that it coincides with the other matrix. But the most important thing to remember about the school-age child matrix is that we have school-age child classes that fulfill this requirement. Now, the neat thing about that is that these classes are generally offered in the summertime. They're quick. 26A, B, and C are 1 unit apiece. Okay, and they're more of the informative type classes than a real heavy-duty academic class, so to speak. But it's a nice thing to have. I mean, for a resume, also, depending on, maybe you don't know what age group you want to work with yet. It's good to get in there to see what a 5th grader is, what a 6th grader is. Well, maybe not 6th grade, but what a 2nd grade is. So a 2nd grader is. So that's an option. And then I also want to just draw your attention to the administrative certificate. The administrative certificate is just something that we've left in there for people who know they want to stay in preschool, but they're not quite sure if they want to stay as a teacher or go into some kind of administrative work. Well, the administrative certificate is basically just the adult supervision class, that's CD 22, and then of course your admin classes, 14A and 14B. And you should kind of recognize that because that's on the child development matrix. Okay, the important thing to remember here is not to get overwhelmed by all the information on the child development matrix and on what the college offers. Okay, don't get overwhelmed with the information. Break it down into little parts. You're starting, take the 8 classes. When you see 17A, B, and C and 4 taught or offered, take it. If you see 22 and 14A and 14B, take it. All right? Okay, well, that's just a little snapshot of what the college offers and how it coincides with the state documents.